Hello everyone, I am the writer/director of the Warriors of Meglith podcast you are listening to. This is the prologue of the 5-chapter story that this podcast will go through. First and foremost, I want to thank all the talented voice actors I worked with on here. I worked with some great people. Check the description, that's where the credits are, and everyone has a social media account linked, or a Discord link, or email, or just a whole bunch of different things if you want to know more about them or want to work with them in any project you got. And lastly, I'd like to thank you guys for listening, whether that's the YouTube video or any of the other podcast sharing platforms out there. This is most definitely a passion project, been working on it for majority of the quarantine now. But I hope you enjoy it, and let's start the story of the Warriors of Meglith.
The land of Meglith is a large, thriving monarchy. The king, Francis Davenport, has ruled the land into prosperity far beyond what anyone could have imagined. However, in the recent months, something has been brewing in the darkness. Something no one was prepared for.
Fresh meat, cutting season this morning.
The small port town of Zar is small in size, but has a rich community. From orcs to humans alike, a variety of people are welcomed into Zar every passing day.
Ickilork, get your sword and meet me outside.
Yes, sir.
Ickilork, the only child of his father, Jolgier, live in Zar. The two are inseparable and are the pride of town swordsmanship. Although young, Ickilork is remarkably skilled at swinging a blade.
Listen, son. I want to go over a few things after yesterday's incident.
But, Dad, it was a goof. My hands were wet from the goblin's blood and the sword slipped.
It doesn't matter how it happened. What matters is that it did. You should be lucky it only nicked your shoulder.
Yes, sir.
Now, go dip your hands in the pot of oil and pick up your sword. Okay. Now strike the dummy until I say stop. And don't loosen your grip of the sword.
See, it was only a fluke.
It's a fluke I never want to see happen again.
Think Rockino and I'll have time to see each other today.
We'll see, Ickilork. We have a few paying contracts to finish first.
Okay, Dad. Do you need me to do anything before we head out?
Just clean your...
What was that?
I don't know. I don't see anything. Grab your sword, and let's go into town.
It seems like everyone is here.
Hey! Does anyone know what that was?
Ickilork!
Rockino!
What was that sound?
I don't know. I was just practicing with my sword and then... boom.
I thought the bell fell out of the church tower.
It sounded like the sky
Ladies
cracked
and gentlemen
open.
of Zar, please calm down. The noise was nothing. King Davenport has gathered reports from villages all over Meglith, and they've heard the sound as well. Please, rest assured the right people are looking into it. There's nothing to be scared of. So please, everybody, go back about your business and...
What was that?
By the gods.
Over the distant hills, Jolgier sees the flaming eyes of a dragon. His scales are darker than the night sky, and his wingspan taller than the mountains. With a horrifying grace, the dragon flies right towards Zar, and his stomach begins swelling up a bright green.
He's behind the wall now. Ickilork, listen. We need to escape the city. I will meet you in the old forest. I have something to get from home.
Dad, let me come with you.
Ickilork, come on. We gotta go.
You and Rockino have to leave Zar as quickly as possible. I'll meet you in the forest.
But I don't want to leave you.
Take my sword. It was passed down from my father and his before him. This is a symbol of my promise to always be with you.
Ickilork, the city is on fire! We gotta run! Ickilork watches as his father disappears in the rising smoke. He and Rokeno weave through the burning maze that is now Zar, but never once does Ickilork keep his eyes off the family sword.
Look, Ickilork, the farm fields. The old forest is that way.
But we have to wait for my dad.
He'll meet us where it's safe. Let's go.
That was 10 years ago. My father never met us in the old forest. Since that day, I vowed to find and kill the dragon that ruined my life.
In the middle of the night, Ickilork stares into the bonfire that reminds him of that day. The fire lights up the dark woods, and around the fire there are 3 others. Each of them is more different from the last, each of them with the same pain in their eyes that Ickilork has.
You, Ickilork, have not been the only one who is affected by the dragon. You must remember, students, the power of your spellcasting is determined by the might of your speech. But, alas, today's lecture must end. By tomorrow, I want each of you to have mastered either Mage Hand or Darkness.
Dad? I mean, Mr. Ekmel. I'm having trouble with my spellcasting.
Listen, son. Tonight when we get home, I'll help you with projecting your voice.
Yes, sir.
Now, run along, son. Don't be late for your next class.
Okay. Bye, Dad.
Hey, Ekmel.
Lander?
What do you think of the rumors lately?
What rumors?
About whatever that explosion is coming from the sky.
I haven't heard anything.
It just worries me. The world has very few king-minded men anymore. And I'm not sure how many, if any, can actually figure out what the cause is.
I think everyone is bored. Nothing interesting goes on in Meglith, and people are looking for something to talk about. If something was truly dangerous, there would be more signs. It's something unnatural? Dangerous? I don't think so.
Well, I definitely trust your judgment. You're one of the smartest people here at this school. What the hell was that?
A dragon. Somewhere in my mind, I knew something bad was coming to Meglith, but I didn't want to believe it. Once I heard the screech of the damn dragon, the only thing on my mind was my wife and son. But before I could get to my son, the school was melted into the mountain range it was built on. I tried to save some of the students, but the school's collapse was so sudden, I had barely any time to react. When I escaped the smoldering building, I went to find my wife, but she...
Ekmel stares into the fire, remembering something he doesn't wish to share, and he never finishes his story. Behind him, a cigar lights up the face of a woman with scars all over her face. She saunters up, flicks the cigar into the fire, and sits beside Ekmel.
Losing family may be tough, but I lost everything. I was the one everyone feared. If you had something I wanted, I took it right in front of your eyes, and you were none the wiser. I had myself a wealth beyond imagination. My mountain of gold was shinier than the sun itself. But I was naive like everyone else. The blood-curdling screech echoed through my soul. In the next moment, I came face to face with a wall of flame. I managed to escape with a few scars, but all my gold, all of my wealth, was melted away. Only the memory remains. If you men are dedicated to killing the dragon, then count me in.
Chugging down a bottle of ale is the brash and charismatic pirate captain. His belly jiggles as he guzzles his drink. He finishes in a second and wipes the dribble from his lips.
Well, arg, ha 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 ha!
Seems the eyes are fixated on the old pirate captain now. Ye seem to have many a stories of some dragon. But to tell you the truth, I have never seen a dragon. Hell, Meglith was just a stop on me journey south. But seems the old vessel is now a home for termites. And I need a new boat. If the rumors be true, and the dragon has a bountiful amount of gold, then I will join this ragtag crew in hopes of getting a new ship for me and me mates.
We four have come together under one common goal. Kill the dragon that ruined all of our lives. We four, though born on different days, we must swear an oath of brotherhood!
To kill the dragon means to avenge my lost loved ones.
Oh, fuck it. It is time to reclaim the wealth and gold I've lost.
Well, lads, we are in this together now, eh?
The four strangers stand around the fire and lift their weapons above, solidifying their oath. Each with a different goal in mind, but all with the same quest lying ahead of them. With the flame encasing each of their weapons, they are now the warriors of Meglith.
Master, the world is on fire, and I am now in control. What is your next move?
You see, my plan has just begun to unfold. Soon, Meglith will be mine.
Making the room bits much too real. In Pump's life that I must feel. Can't look forward to reveal. Look to the time when I live. Fed through the tube that sticks in me. Just like a wartime novelty. Tied to machine that make me be.